Yeah, he's won an Oscar for like most of the movies he's done, minus the first two Batman.
Christopher Nolan?
Right, I don't know how he didn't.
I don't think that's. I don't.
Sound design.
Wait.
Oh well, he didn't win that. Christopher Nolan's not in the sound booth with a cabbage hitting it with a hammer.
Cav, you understand what I'm saying? His films
I do. His films win awards.
So wait, did the third Batman get an award, but not the second one?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, the second one got a fairly like an acting award. It got a big acting award for old Heath Ledger.
Did, yeah.
Got a big old trophy. R.I.P. posthumous. But yeah, that's Christopher Nolan is he's not my favorite guy in the world, but the things that he does as a filmmaker, he does better than anyone else on the planet right now. There's just these there's a scene in the Tenet trailer where someone Clemens Posey is showing John David Washington like this backwards time thing that we still don't really know anything about, and the way that like he's firing a gun but the bullets are re-entering the gun, and Nolan is the best in the fucking world at taking these outsized weird sci-fi concepts and distilling them down in a way that everyone's mom can understand it in the theater. Like, no one
You would say that's true about Inception?
Yeah! Inception should be the worst movie ever made. Inception should be complete garbage. It should be unfollowable. It should be too dense and heady for its own good. But you can follow every step of the way to the point where in the climax you are watching 4 different like timeline levels playing out at different speeds, and you're like, I perfectly understand what's happening right now, and that shouldn't happen. By God's law, that should not be. But he defied our Lord and made a movie that makes sense. It's not my favorite movie in the entire world. No, it's it's a watchable fucking movie. And it should be garbage, and it isn't. And that's Nolan. His entire career. It should be garbage, but it isn't.
That's a nice tagline. He should use
that.
Should be garbage, but it isn't.
Yeah.
When I write the book on
his
Christopher
first
Nolan.
big movie being, what if a guy had short-term memory loss, and then we cut the story of him having short-term memory loss into short chunks so that it makes the viewer have short-term memory loss? That's either A, an incredible idea that's nigh impossible to pull off, or a tremendous flop. And it somehow happens to be the first one, and not the second one. Memento.
Yeah, not his first movie, but his first like breakthrough movie.
Yeah, population grabbing movie.
It's like how you can watch Wes Anderson's first movie and you can kind of see the Wes Anderson, and then you watch Wes Anderson's second and third movie and you're like, there it is. Like, all right, found it. There it is. There it is.
I found it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, it's interesting because, like, you know, with, like, Wes Anderson, it's like Wes Anderson does not exist without his fucking DP. Like, I don't remember his name, but the guy that squares up all those shots, like, on all of his movies, that is Wes Anderson's aesthetic. Same thing goes for whoever the fuck is Edgar Wright's editor. Like, that dude, whoo! That dude is
there have been a few. I think all of those have used different people. But, yeah, Edgar Wright's editing team, and then Edgar Wright at Scott Pilgrim decides, you know who should shoot my movies? The guy that shot The Matrix. And so he got Bill Pope to be the cinematographer for his movies, and you're like, right, I get why you would want to get The Matrix guy to do your crazy action comedy movies. That makes perfect sense. It makes a perfect sense.
Oh, wait, I get this.
Okay. I get this one. Yeah, I was just, I mean, my favorite movies of all time, like, my 5 favorite movies of all time are directed by Edgar Wright. And so there's these just quotes that pop up in my life over and over. The greatest joke in Shaun of the Dead is when an old British man who was bitten by a zombie says, "It's fine, Barbara, I ran it under a cold tap," which is this beautiful distillation of that kind of guy. That, like, cold tap water. If you were injured in war, but you poured cold tap water on it, you'd be fine. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Is that a Bill Nighy line?
That's a Bill Nighy line, baby.
Also, who better to deliver that fucking line than Bill fucking Nye?
Bill fucking Nye!
I remember first time I watched the film adaptation of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy with fucking Martin
Freeman. An unbelievable cast. A beautiful cast.
Oh my god, who played Ford Prefect?
Most Def.
Most
You had
Def!
that movie had. All right, so let's run down the cast of the Hitch. Yeah, Sam Rockwell, Thomas Lennon, Bill Nye,
I've never watched this movie.
John Malkovich.
Right, it is.
Helen Mirren. The list do go on and on.
On and on. But I remember first time watching it. Speaking of Bill Nye, just watching Bill Nye, and it was just like he's just on a different planet. That guy, like,
he really is.
God damn,
he's so good. Okay, this might be my hottest take yet. His fucking Davy Jones is incredible.
It's unbelievable. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I want to share with you. Bill Nye is Davy Jones.
If you remove Davy Jones from those Pirates 2 and 3, or you like even cast a different guy, they are unwatchable.
Flops.
But they are absolute shit. But if you put Davy Jones in there, you're like, no, I'm gonna wait and see what this movie's up to. I'm gonna try and get on this movie's wavelength.
It's like I will sit past the "I've got a jar of dirt" for the Davy Jones playing the organ with his goddamn tentacles. It's brilliant.
I will sit through
sure.
the second Pirates movie, which spends an hour getting Jack Sparrow on the team, but I will sit through it because you have fucking Davy Jones running around. I'll sit through it. You put him in any movie.
His Scottish pirate accent coupled with his weird like pops and clicks like what circumstances this. It's so good. It's so fucking
so good. It's
yeah, so never leave on the ship.
It's so good. I need to watch this movie again. I fucking forgot how much I loved it.
They had a daunting task I wouldn't wish on anyone, which is we need to replace Jeffrey Rush from the first Pirates movie, who is so, again, on another level in the first Pirates movie as Barbossa.
Barbossa is big pirate dick energy.
It's so, like, if you can find me a better blockbuster action movie moment than when Davy Jones steps into the moonlight, turns into a skeleton, and says, "You better start believing in ghost stories, 'cause you're in one." Yeah, I meant Barbossa. But I was on a roll. There's no turning that sentence back at that point.
Not you. I named the monkey Jack. It's just like so good. It's
I named the monkey Jack. I forgot about that. I'm gonna rewatch. Are they on Netflix still?
Yes. No.
They're
Disney Plus.
Yeah, they're definitely on the old D+.
D+.
On the old D+.
Now it's gonna be all.
Yeah, they're on the old DP. They're you can find them on the old DP.
Plus, that makes it so much worse.
I meant director of photography. What were you two talking about? What were you talking about? Okay, so funny anecdotal story. I think this guy listens to the show, but my buddy was stepping into the director of photography chair on a film set for the first time, and he posts on Facebook, "I'm gonna DP for the first time tomorrow."
Oh no!
And everyone was like, good for you, bud. Good luck.
Right?
And eventually, someone was like, and he was like, "Oh, edit. I meant director of photography."
I love it. I love it so much.
Just the initial, like, yeah, I'm so excited, and then the reaction, and people being like, yo, did you mean that? And then them being like, mean what? Oh, no.
It's so funny. I think about just, like, the names of the roles in like, on a film set, because they're all hilarious to me. Like,
best boy! I'm the best boy!
I am the best boy!
Hello, I'm the best boy!
There's also just Grip, which sounds like a bad DC comic superhero.
Grip.
What is Grip's superpower?
He's got big hands. Big hands. He can rip. He grip.
I don't fucking know.
They call him Ken
Grip.
Grippy Sr.
Grip is one of those iconic comic book moments where you introduce a team of like 6 people only to immediately kill them off. It's one of those moments.
Well, they're like, hey, let's test out these new characters, and none of them take off, so they just can the team. Yeah, no, for sure.
I'll have an accidental Deadpool X-Force moment.
Maybe you end up with one good spin out. Right.
Grip is in one issue in 1993, but was some 7-year-old's favorite character. So 20 years later, when that person is writing comics, they bring back Grip in a big bad way. And suddenly, it's all about
Somehow
Grip,
it
baby.
takes off because the kid had such a passion for this character, and he's had 24 years to develop this character. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. And sometimes those stories are incredible, and sometimes they are the least readable 13-year-old bullshit you've ever read in your entire life. And there's only two extremes. There's no middle ground. There's no middle ground.
Like, I would be hard pressed to be like, hey, go. This is a challenge to anybody. Well, not now because you can't really do this because COVID. But like, if this wasn't happening, I would challenge any listener to go to a comic book store and walk up to the front desk and be like, hey, can you show me the most mediocre, medium level comic book possible? They'd be like, it doesn't exist. There's either really good or major stinkers. I don't know, Kevin, you've worked at a comic book store.
I worked at a comic book store. I had my own. I'm not here to air any comic book hot takes, especially in the wake of like massive DC Comics layoffs. But God. I could find you the most medium comics I've ever read. It could be done. I guarantee most of them star either Batman or Spider-Man. Not because those are bad characters, but because
there's the most of them.
They are all at both companies are always running a minimum of 3 books starring those characters. Right. By law of averages, some of them are lukewarm tap water.
Because you're comparing it too. I mean, look, my favorite Batman run, right, is like New 52, Court of Owls, and honestly,
very popular, beloved.
Almost the entire New 52 run, Scott Snyder, is just fabulous. There are moments, but it's just
very good. It's very good.
That book was so good. It was the only New 52 book that was allowed to continue. It was the only New 52 book that was not immediately pulled and shot behind the barn. They let that one keep going.
I didn't even think about it like that.
Every other bit of New 52 was like, maybe we should have done a little more thinking about this.
Here's a test that I would like to run for both of you right now before we introduce ourselves as Advanced Community Studies, the podcast about the television show Community. Okay, there were 52 books that launched as a part of the New 52, right? Name me a second iconic one.
Iconic one?
A second one that that run of Superman?
Oh, name the specific run
from the New 52 series of stories.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't. It might not have been New 52, but I think it was. It was the Red Hood and Arsenal run. It got 13 issues out of it, but I don't think it was It was. I mean, look. The other thing is, if you put anything up against that Batman run, it sucks. Because that Batman run not only came out with a bunch of other flops, but it was exceptional. Like, better than a lot of other runs, regardless of New 52 status. So
that is a lot of people's, especially, like, younger-ish comic readers, like, that is their gold staple. And I am not even a particularly big Batman guy, but, like, that, it's undeniable. It truly is, like, a work that is undeniable. My favorite New 52 book ran for 6 issues. It was called Prez, and it was about a teenager that becomes president of the United States, and it was written by a person we've mentioned on the podcast before, Mark Russell. It becomes like an incredible satire of our overrun corporate system, and it was phenomenal. So if you have a chance to pick up Prez.
Speaking of
was Hellboy. That was not Hellboy. Hellraiser, Constantine. Wasn't that in the New 52?
It was. What happened in that? Tell me the iconic stories from that era of Constantine, please.
None. A show got sprouted out of it, and the show was good, and then got canceled.
The show was good.
I just actually doing that rewatch of that.
I just said I wasn't going to drag DC Comics right now. That's
Oh, well, that's not even a drag, though. That's just like...
One cannot bring up New 52 and, in good faith, then not drag DC.
It was like 9 years ago. Like, how long am I supposed to let that sit?
The statute of limitations has passed. You are quite okay.
It's been a long time.
You've made it out free. You can admit to doing something and you won't get arrested anymore.
Thank you. Oh, thank God. The comics police will not show up. Batman, the ultimate sky cop, will not arrest me for my crimes.
There was a run.
Okay, Tony, you can rest now.
Caleb. There was a run of a comic that DC released that I absolutely loved, and I still to this day do not understand why they did what they did with it. There was a run.
Welcome to comics.
Right. There was a run called We Are Robin. Did y'all read that? It was
We Are Robin is cool. We Are Robin is dope.
It started out amazingly. Like, it had this like massive POC team. It was like super cool. I mean, I'm also a huge Robin geek. Like, I love Robin. Like, I love sidekicks.
Yeah.
I love sidekicks. And the whole idea of We Are Robin was all these just regular kids that were inspired by the idea of like being an individual and the little guy. And it was just like this kind of solidarity comic of all these people that wore like the colors. And to me, it wasn't a uniform. It was like they were all coordinated. Oh, it was so sick and like really cool stuff. And then they got like 6 issues in, and then they switched the team on it, which I didn't understand.
The creative team?
Yeah, the creative team on it they switched, which I don't know why, because the team that started was fabulous. And
because
then
comics.
Let me Google it and let me see if I can tell you why, based on whose name is on it.
Then it started going into the whole Robin Wars crossover event, which I was excited for, and then ultimately a little bit let down by. I still have I have every individual issue of Robin Wars because at the time I was still buying individual issues, and I have them all. But yeah, no, it was just wild. It was just...
None of those. I was checking to see if one of those names was like a field of red flags, but it wasn't. So I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, it was not like if you see like Ethan Van Scriver's name over there, you're like, oh, I know why they weren't on the book anymore. This is, of course, Advanced Community Studies, a podcast where we look at the American television sitcom Community, episode by episode, sometimes 2 at a time. I am one of your hosts, TV's Kevin Lanigan, and I've been offered a lot of soft serve by a lot of guys. Sometimes it's Chili Peckers tickets, and one time, I will admit, it was a gym bag full of nickels. But it's always the same, and they never change.
Can I point out that Kev accidentally said Chili Peckers?
Chili Peckers! Hello. Yeah, that's my burlesque tribute band to the Red Hot Chili Peppers, is the Red Hot Chili Peckers. And we wear little vanity sleeves that shaped like chili peppers.
No.
TM. Trademark.
Write that down. Write that down.
Copyright. TV's Kevin Lanigan, 2020.
My name is, of course, Jace. I use they, them pronouns. And I'm feeling sexy today, so you can call me Laserdisc.
It sounds thick.
Laser.
Sounds sexy. I also say real quick, I'm really proud of us for talking about comic books instead of comic book movies this time.
Yes,
I think we're on a good path.
The source material. I'm always down to talk comic books.
I am Caleb, the daddy host. And I guess this episode, I'm Jeff. I'm like Britta's boyfriend.
That's right. Everyone listening at home, they're boyfriends. Jeff and Britta are boyfriends.
Wait, I can't find my bra.
Screw you, Abed. Excellent. It sounds like we're just segueing right into our discussion, which is excellent because we're 20 minutes into this recording. First episode on the docket, season 2, episode 12, Asian Population Studies, directed by Anthony Russo, written by Emily Cutler. When Jeff gets jealous of Rich, the study group decides to stage a mixer to decide who will be the new member of the study group. Spoilers, it is no one. But Shirley gets back with her ex-husband, and Jeff learns how to be a better man.
In quotation marks.
as good of a man as Jeff Winger can ever be,
Hey,
which is, let's
There
say,
we go.
a mid-level man.
He didn't
Yeah,
say
there we
good
go.
man. He just said better.
A
quite
better
frankly.
And it's like,
know,
when you're Jeff
low
Winger,
bar, but-
there's a lot of room for improvement. I love Jeff Winger as a character that I get to follow on TV. As a man, I loathe him. I find him
Yeah, for
reprehensible.
Hey, look, like any good villain in a reality TV show, you hate them, but they make good television.
He's just compelling. There's just something
Sure.
about him that I'm like, I do want to see this guy's next adventure, don't I? I want to see what they get up to next.
What are they gonna do next? Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm loving the return of Rich. Big fan, not
Last-
necessarily of Rich, but big fan of the dynamic that he brings to the show.
And brings out of Jeff. I think this is it for Rich. I think we're done with Rich after this.
Really?
This might be the look. Hey, I mean,
Greg
he did go out on a
Cromer.
high note. After all, I mean, kettle corn is a fun time snack.
It's
a fun time
Kettle
snack.
corn.
That's a fun time snack.
Such a
All
good
right.
fucking time.
So, in this, yeah, it's Rich's final appearance, third episode out of 3. So let me just posit something in Rich's final episode. That guy's a serial killer, right? That guy's an American Psycho, right? Because you can go
yeah.
either way. There are 2 options. He either A is a
Is
comedic
genuinely
device
bad.
and is genuinely as good and prolific as he claims to be. The other option is that he is Patrick Bateman's younger brother. There are 2 options.
Permission to get real heady with this? Okay, so here's my question.
James didn't wait for us to say yes at all. Permission to get head dope and just dove in. You
Why
weren't
would
gonna
we-
say- you weren't gonna say no.
Kevin gave the proceed hand.
Why would we suddenly stop allowing ourselves to go on insane? Whatever you're about to do, I have something weirder coming up in this very same episode. So, like, you go ahead.
I'm
You go
excited.
crazy.
Okay, so in the reality of Community, who is the narrator, right? Whose view is this?
Funny as shit. I love it. Let's go.
Abed's perspective.
That
Is Abed a reliable narrator when it comes to Rich? So if this is told through the perspective of Abed, Abed looks at this man that only does good things, right? Pushes Jeff to become a better person, makes kettle corn, makes everybody happy, and kind of turns him into this a bit too squeaky clean and makes you kind of question it. But as someone who is borderline sociopathic, for lack of a better word, himself, is it wrong to presume that Abed presenting Rich as this, like, too clean is just a matter of Abed being a slightly unreliable narrator?
I would allow that, because if we are to go by our grand unifying theory that this is Jeff's story from Abed's perspective, Abed is the storyteller here. This, to make a more interesting sitcom, he would want to dial up Rich to his largest extreme to play off of Jeff's negative extreme,
Sure.
right? So,
Right.
say, there is a real Rich that Abed really met outside of this universe, or, like, the real Rich is a friendly doctor, but through the lens of Abed and Greendale, he is a bright, shiny, friendliest Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood doctor.
Right,
And-
he makes Jeff jealous, so why not portray him as the epitome of what would make Jeff jealous?
Take it all the way.
Yeah. Just theory, it's,
I buy it.
spitballing here, I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm down. I'm down to clown.
I like that. I just cannot, and my girlfriend who was watching this episode with me posited, like, he is a doctor. He doesn't have time to go to community college for
Right.
funsies.
Well, that's also the other thing. As a doctor, he also did previously in our fabulous Halloween episode, completely did not do the doctorly thing.
Right.
And was just like, I got bit, but I'm okay because I'm a banana. Like, no.
No, see, that was his. That was Rich flexing his white privilege.
The banana said so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. So I'm glad. Okay, I like that. I maintain that if Annie had continued to go out with Rich, that she would currently be dead. So that is that is where I'm at.
Though, I think Annie would probably accidentally kill him first.
Oh,
That's my theory.
Yeah, I think
Not on
crazy
purpose.
Crazy Annie's got a gun. You know,
Yeah.
I think she lives in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah, you know, I just imagining Annie with
What?
the fucking chloroform one more time, just like ready to go to town, and they're like, Annie! And she's like, oh.
Who
Jeff,
are you?
What does a pregnancy test look like? And it's a little plastic thing with cloth at the end. Okay, so this is definitely a gun.
I cannot wait until we can finally talk about it. That episode.
Oh, what an exquisite episode. Okay, I like this episode a lot for like being a quote unquote normal Community episode. It's very strong. You know, you have a solid enough Jeff and Chang plotline, like an advancement of the Shirley plotline, and I think you just have these two incredible runners with Troy and with Britta that really knock this episode up into like another plane for me. Mm-hmm. Troy interrogating Andre.
It's so good.
All those dead leaves everywhere. Nature's Viagra.
His mind is a fortress.
All those pumpkins rotting, and the children have removed their outfits because they've already gotten their candy. And the way he's just like rocking back and forth. Like,
yes, I'm gonna go talk to someone else now, and then throws the Skittles. It's weird because my COVID brain now goes, not that I have COVID, but the one that's been informed by, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
My COVID brain looks at him with a handful of fucking Skittles, throwing it back into the bowl, and I'm like, that is not sanitary.
That is a petri dish.
Oh, when I was in high school, I had a teacher. It wasn't even high school; it was middle school. I had a teacher who was handing out Skittles as part of a math exercise, and rather than like tearing the corner of the bag and pouring a little bit into each person's hand, she would pour them into her hand and then hand them to the students. And when I tell you that the worst possible thing happened, she did sneeze and did cover her face with her closed palm, and then tried to hand those Skittles to somebody. I can bring my wife in here for corroboration.
No
that happened. Those Skittles stayed in the bottom of a water bottle in my locker for the rest of the school year.
As well they should have.
I did not touch them.
Well, they should have.
See,
Absolutely.
That's what actually started the zombie outbreak in Community, was a bunch of sneezed-on Skittles at the bottom of a water bottle.
Right, the army surplus taco meat was one thing, but like it was really
Let's be honest, y'all. It's really just sneeze Skittles.
Yeah,
it's a good episode. Really exciting stuff.
It's a good dang episode. A great Winger speech.
This is actually one of the few times where there's a Pierce line that really stands out to me, which is, as you know me, a very rare occurrence. It's mostly because of Shirley's response to it that I love it. It's because if you don't vote for him, I'll shatter your world. What did you just say to me? I'll shatter your world. And she goes, I vote for Chang. And it's
So I heard you.
He goes, I heard you. I vote for Chang. And he goes, no! Like a fucking child. It's wild.
Now that I'm on this wagon, you can expect both this class and my penis to be more focused and ordered.
I quit drinking, mostly because I could not maintain an erection. You can expect both this class and my penis to be more focused and rewarding. I forgot to do that for my quote at the top of the episode. The most incredible bit.
Your John Oliver impersonation is so spot on, and I haven't given you the credit that you deserve for it. But every time I'm just like flabbergasted. I'm like, is he here? Where did Kevin go?
Hello,
John.
Yeah, like any good would-be comedian, I've spent time building up impressions. Unfortunately, I've put the time into John Oliver, H. John Benjamin, Patrick Warburton. Like, you cannot do anything with those impressions. They're already comedians. You can't, do a bit.
Yeah.
I'm imagining you going into SNL being like, hi, this is my impersonation of Patrick Warburton. And they all go, what?
He says...
You don't have like a you don't have like a Biden. You have like a Patrick Warburton.
Kevin just sits there and goes, no.
Well, what if I do the Warburton, we call it Biden? Huh? Hey, yeah, I was Obama's vice president.
I like feeling shoulders.
I like giving a massage.
Oh, gross! It's worse.
Creepy Joe. Creepy Joe.
Could get
I
worse.
will never look at Emperor's New Groove the same way again, Kevin.
I didn't think it could get worse, and then he chose Kamala Harris as a running mate.
I'm Joe Biden. Squeak, squeak, squeaker.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Ooh.
Is that Kamala Harris, Yzma?
100%.
Sitting in an execution chamber going, throw the lever!
Listen,
that's
I know
exactly it, though.
we have a minimum of 2 artists that listen to this show. If one of you just wants to, like, real quick mock up Biden, Crunk, and Kamala Yzma, my eternal fucking gratitude.
I need that
will
in my-
pay you money.
Come on, Twitter, show us your stuff.
Come on, Twitter, show us your stuff. Yeah, it's an art contest.
Wow.
Fantastic. Okay.
I quote my other favorite line, other than Duncan referencing his penis being focused, is when Troy is trying to keep Pierce from telling Shirley. He's like, if someone had sex with Chang and gets to not remember it happened, that's a gift from God. I'm not taking that from her. But then Pierce's response, which is like, here's a reason. You ever find parsley in your teeth that your friends hadn't told you about? Now imagine that your teeth are a uterus and the parsley's a half Chinese baby.
It's
Oh, man. Oh, what an excellent...
I also am a big fan of the very Rocky Horror Picture Show-esque reference when Rich first shows up in Anthropology, where she goes, Jeff and Rich. He goes, Annie, and he goes, Rich, Annie, and it's just the names back
Brad.
and forth. Yeah. Also, another great one from the start. This one's got some really great dialogue. This is one of my favorite
100%.
paced dialogues. I mean, just what's the beginning where she's like, "Yeah, I was volunteering at the river and we're cleaning up, band-aids, broken bottles,
Hypodermic
needles.
needle.
We found someone's missing fingertip." And Troy goes, "Annie, why are you using the
I love Butterfly's
like Butterfly's voice?"
Ooh, someone's finding river fingers with a cute boy. I love it. Okay, a few quick fire-offs here. There's a moment when Andre first appears. The first appearance of Andre, Malcolm Jamal Warder, Pierce hands him his he's like, I'm finished, and Malcolm says, no, you've got a few more good years. Which is good. It reminds me so much. Did y'all see Knives Out? Are we a Knives Out pod?
I did see Knives Out.
Yeah.
I did like it.
Oh, okay. Great. There's a great moment where ask
her about what she thinks about immigration and whether or not people should do it correctly, and then he proceeds to hand her his fucking plate.
I forget the character's name, but Don Johnson tries to hand this nurse his plate, and it's such a small moment, and maybe it was like the Brooklyn Alamo Drafthouse that I saw this movie in, but the whole crowd was like, oh.
It's amazing how, I'm sure that changed from region to region, because that's one of the things I remember watching it, and I got heated. That made me angry.
Yeah.
Specifically asked her over to use her in his argument against the more progressive side of the family, saying that, they don't deserve to go to jail because they came over illegally. And he's bringing her over to, prove his point of, you guys did it right. You're one of the good ones, right? And then gets so caught up fighting his family that he forgets that she's not a fucking servant and just turns to hand her his shit. And it's like, oh, this guy is...
But that's exactly it. He thinks of her as just this thing that's there to help. It's... I got hiccups. I'm getting so in my feelings. Y'all, this is wild. There's so many recorded incidences of me getting hiccups when I get worked up on this show, which is not a thing that I realized I had in my life, but apparently it fucking is.
Reverse, yeah.
Apparently it fucking is. Also of note, this is the first appearance of Kendra with a QU. One of the most dependable side characters on this show, who gets laughs every time she shows up. Are you Abed? I love Star Wars. That's Troy. I love footballs. I spell kettle corn with a Q.
Nobody cares.
Excellent bit. Great bit. This is also the first appearance of Neil.
Neo.
You can just Neil's fine, not from an actuarial standpoint.
So fucking mean.
So fucked up.
So fucked up, but that
oh my
perfectly
God.
sets up 2 episodes from now when we're doing the Neil thing.
Also, there's this the moment at the beginning where they're just listing people who they don't know their actual names of. She goes, okay, I know a couple of those were
Transformers.
Oh my God.
We should really start learning people's names. I agree with Jamie Lee Curtis.
They pull that reference back up later when they do the party where they join that Abed owes a debt to that group of impersonators, and so he goes to the party dressed up as Jamie Lee Curtis.
Rules.
Oh,
Good
wild.
Bit. Good bit.
Good bit.
We love it, folks. So this is all right. So let me dust off a little nugget that I only started nursing today because I was like watching this episode while writing an essay about Britta, like between work and when girlfriend and I were making dinner, and something occurred to me all in that moment. So this is the second time this season that Britta has referenced exchanging sexual favors for goods or services, because she does it in Accounting for Lawyers, right? Where she's like, if I sleep with this guy once a year, I get a timeshare, essentially. Good bit. And then this episode, she talks about exchanging, relationships, goods, and services for Chili Peppers tickets, a bag full of nickels. She shows her boobs to Neil. She gets mezzanine concert tickets for it.
Mezzanine?
Mezzanine. Best line delivery of the whole episode is her indignantly shouting mezzanine. But this got me thinking. Now, can either of you think of, at this point in the show, do we have any point of reference for how Britta is paying her bills for school or rent? Has there been anything so far?
I don't welcome where this question's leading.
I want to say before
because it's a place my brain's never gone, and it may be completely accurate.
I don't think it's entirely unlikely that Britta is more than just pro-sex worker.
That is what I was leading to. That I think, and this is, it's only based in conjecture. The real answer likely is she's a sitcom character. We don't need to know how she pays her bills.
Have a job.
Right.
It doesn't matter at all.
But the second you bring up later on in the series, you're so right, Kevin. The second you bring up the parents and how they want to give her money,
but she's not taking. She is explicitly not
the
taking.
Viewer, right? It invites the viewer to go. So then, how is she getting the money? Because she's also giving Abed money earlier on in season 1.
In season 6 is the first time that I can think of that she has a job. She gets through. Now, sex work is a job. I don't want that to come out wrong.
Sex work is real work.
Sex work is real work. Should be completely legal. Obviously, like consensual sex work. But so it is not.
There's no other kind of sex work. If it's not consensual, it's not sex work anymore.
Absolutely. This is why Jace is the voice of reason to say what I cannot articulate.
Sex workers are people I know personally.
100%. Yeah. So in season 6, she runs Shirley Sandwiches, she works at a bar, and she gets a brief stint as a Honda salesman. Up until that point...
Forgot about that shit.
Up until that point, I can think of little to no reference to her having a job. In fact, the only gainful... She did not make a lot of money as an anarchist in New York. The rents in New York do not ally one to have a mass amount of savings.
No, but it's likely... Actually, this is actually helping your cause, because I know there's like co-ops in New York, right? Where a bunch of anarchist activists and so on, they all live together under, like, they find a place that's really chill about being like, we don't fucking care what you do. It's a bunch of space. Do whatever you want. As long as we get paid, we don't care. And so a bunch of people live there and they all contribute what they can. And these are people that work odd jobs, sometimes delving into sex work. She could be like posing nude. somewhere.
That's
which
what I'm
is
saying.
technically
I
sex
don't.
working.
I
but,
am not saying that Britta is explicitly like a prostitute in the way that we would understand it. But is Britta above selling feet pics on the internet? Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely
She's
not.
100%.
She is a
Britta's
server at a
broke.
shitty diner, though.
She's a bartender later on, though. But not
No,
yet.
she's a server in a diner in season 2.
Oh, that's true. In the
My
critical,
dinner with Abed.
Yeah, in the Pulp Fiction episode. But like
the Pulp Fiction episode, but we
one
never
could
hear about that
assume
ever
she's
again.
a part-time diner server, and who knows how recent that job is.
Sure.
You know, I don't know how much the show supports it, but my headcanon is that now I think Britta is in some degree of sex work.
I think it's more than likely that she does delve into sex work, but she mostly propagates herself as a waiter.
Yeah, a server, a bartender, one of those jobs, but
let's be honest, don't, especially at the time that this was filmed, pay the fucking bills.
yeah, do you think a bartender in Greendale is really like bringing home the bank?
Shit.
Yeah, like not even like a Denver bartender, like a Greendale, Colorado bartender. I'm just
Denver's a wonderful place.
That was my new theory. Denver is a beautiful place. Colorado is the most beautiful state in the
Shouts
union.
out.
I would love to live in Colorado someday. But
Love to live anywhere but the Midwest.
yeah, get on that intermountainary time.
Jesus.
Okay, so I'm glad you both were reasonably on board for my new Britta Perry theory, which has consumed about 20% of my brain space for the last 2 weeks.
I mean, that also kind of humanizes her in a weird sense.
Right?
She's complicated.
Complicated character.
We could have an entire episode about Britta herself.
Oh, and I plan to.
Good. You should invite some women.
100%. But I am at, let's see, 4,262 words into an essay about Britta Perry, and we're not done. We're still
4,262. Kevin, that is longer than any essay I wrote in college.
Well, this, unlike the essays I wrote in college, I care about this one.
That is a sentiment that is beyond real, friend.
Yeah. The longest document I ever wrote in my life was after I graduated because I cared about it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I write 2,500 to 5,000 word articles every couple of weeks, and it's it's because I give a shit about this game. And my wife's never like this. My mom's like, "Why didn't you do that at school?" And I'm like,
"What was I gonna write about?"
The George Washington? I hate him.
Fuck that guy, man. Those weren't wooden teeth. Those were slaves' teeth.
Oof. Don't do that while Kev's drinking.
I mean, you're not wrong. You just
your timing was rude. That's all.
It's a fact at this point that we all know, but every time it hits you, you're like, Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ,
My other
George
favorite
Washington.
one is Thomas Jefferson had a secret room where he kept his sex slave.
Right.
Yeah.
Hamilton now on DP. Let's segue into...
Stop it! Don't call it that!
Let's segue into our second episode of the episode, season 2, episode 13, Celebrity Pharmacology, directed by Fred Goss, written by Hillary Winston. The Greendale folks put on a drug play, and Pierce's ego will not prevent him from becoming the star of the show, and things go as awry as you would imagine. The
really exciting themes that they play with.
Oh, this is one of my favorite Chang episodes.
Yeah, this is a dark fucking episode. This is a pitch black fucking comedy episode.
With the Pierce and Annie kind of plot going on. Dark.
It's in this watch through for me, I'm like, this is kind of upsetting in a way I hadn't really viewed it. This is really Walter White poisoning the kid upsetting. That you're like, oh my god.
I think it's also, we're at a point where, first of all, accountability exists in a new way than it did when any of this show was recorded, which we've talked about in depth, actually, several times.
Indeed.
But also, some of the specific ways that accountability has manifested in popular culture, if you would even consider it that, have to do with taking advantage of power and money in producers, Hollywood, but this is intended to be a microcosm and a commentary on that. It is a little, it's a little hypocritical coming from a Dan Harmon show, but,
Or extremely self-aware, hence it's being good.
I don't think he was self-aware at this point. We're in season 2. I'd like to give him benefit of the doubt, but I ain't going to give him there.
You're right.
This,
You're
this
right.
is
You're
too early.
right.
He's not reeling. And let's be honest, we just found out it was written by a woman. So it's clear something is going on.
Something fouls afoot.
Some things, how you say, afoot. But it's
What, son?
It had that Bill Connolly rasp at the end. But I had to point out how well that nailed it for me. So,
Thank you so much. I
Thank
really
you for
appreciate that. I am a performer first. That is what I do. No, it's a good episode to talk about. I mean, also just looking at the maybe this is just because it's me and my own family dynamic, but looking at the idea of what money plays with how money affects control, and using a quote father figure kind of perspective, further manipulating behaviors of people. It's really wild because let's get real heady, right? In the circumstance of Pierce, who we know abuses medications due to earlier on in the season, we can consider his use of money as a manipulative effort as a parallel to drugs,
Whoa.
Why did you have to make yourself sound like Keanu Reeves, but that didn't work?
Because it's just absurd enough.
I think it checks out. I think it only adds to the point, because this episode, we're working with a bad school drug play. Every sitcom has done this exact setup. The thing that
Not as well as this one.
The thing that takes Community up to another plane of existence is how dark and upsetting this episode is, and Chang coming out is I'm gonna fry a dog and eat your mama's face. I'm gonna wear your skin like pajamas.
It's wild. Also, I love Dean coming in at the end. Wow, just commenting on the accidental meaning of it all. Quick question. After you're done with all this, what are you doing with the bee costumes? It's just...
just in the beginning when Troy's
But as you can see, I already have plans.
Troy's are you sure that my costume was on backwards?
And he's really confident.
He's I was feeling confident. And then the dean comes in and then leaves, and he's why does he get to wear his backwards?
It's a good bit. It's a good bit. These
the stinger was a phallus.
Oh, it was a peen. Oh, it was what my dad called a Jimmy Carter.
Your dad sounds like a strange man, Kevin.
It was that's a Community quote.
Okay. Never mind.
It's okay. It's okay.
It was do we need to talk?
It was it's from I think
talk about my dad
when the dean. No, you can talk bad about my dad all you want. Go for it. Fucking break out the baseballs and the Charleston shoes. I do not give a shit.
The only good dad I know is Caleb.
Yay! Daddy host.
Bang bang. I don't know why I turned into Yosemite fucking Sam.
I
like it.
Varmint.
We stand.
Yosemite Sam is a t-shirt waiting to happen.
Adding it to the merch store. Adding it to my newly opened
Are you
merch
doing
store.
that? Are you actually doing a merch store? I would love that.
It's open currently. Yeah. This is the first. I opened it earlier today. This is the first episode
Taking
recording.
orders now,
You were sending us images of the stuff, and I was having a fit. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I was gonna save this for the end, but you can go over to Zazzle, Zazzle. Go over to the TV's Kevin store over there. You can get yourself a series of mugs that I think are very funny. Don't talk to me until I've had my special drink. Don't talk to me until I've had my no-no juice. And don't talk to me until I've had my nitrogen-cooled cylinder of hyperviral sperm. You can get them all for $15. I say go for it. But anyway, I will update you when I come up with new stupid communities. So you can get a button that says Butts Carlton or a watch that says Butts Carlton.
A watch that says Butts Carlton is the one that fucking sent me. I saw that and I crapped myself.
just 45 short dollars. But this is, for me, probably like a mid-tier episode of Community. Like, it doesn't fall into the real downslope, but it kind of sits nicely there in the middle. But there are these moments. Jeff saying "screw you, Abed" over and over when Abed doesn't say anything, which is kind of Abed's role in both of these episodes, is to be like a sounding board for weird people to interpret their own mental issues back off of him. It's a good bit. It's an excellent bit. The weird psychosexual relationship with Britta's niece or Britta's nephew. It's so deeply strange.
This is also,
it's very good.
This is also a great episode where you finally start to realize, oh shit, Pierce is a villain. This is, I think, when it first, this is
the pivot.
We're going down the road, but yeah, this is the pivot for sure.
Because the next episode is
strong Bruce Wayne vibes in this episode.
100%.
But what if I just paid for it and then put my name on it?
Next time I come to Dildopolis, I will not be saying hello. But this episode, and then the episode immediately following this is Dungeons and Dragons. So at this point, we have taken a wax seal on the Pierce is a villain this season arc.
We literally we were like, Pierce is a teddy bear, not 2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago.
For Christmas. And then we're like, Pierce is just kind of he's easily swayed by food. Continuing from the Christmas episode with the kettle corn. And then we're like, this guy kind of sucks. And then we're like, no, this guy really fucking sucks.
This guy fucking sucks, dude.
Fucking sucks, dude. Fucking sucks.
Yeah, I mean, that's everyone's just one bad day away from being just like me is what the Joker said.
Oh my god.
I think, I mean...
I just wanted to trigger Kev, and it worked so much better than I thought it was.
Well, see,
that's a good full circle, though. We were talking about Batman earlier.
The thing about the Joker that people don't understand is that he thinks crime is funny, and that's fucked up, dude. This clown is normally clowns are funny. He's not funny.
I don't know what's happening right now.
This character bit, I don't know why it's tickling me, but I love it. No, my favorite take is that the Joker is just honestly a hardcore anti-capitalist, and he really just does not stand. Well, tell me, why the fuck is it that Bruce fucking Wayne has got all this money, and instead of taking that money and putting it in towards, dismantling institutions of oppression and inequalities, he's out here beating up poor people at night because they're trying to get by? Sounds like a fucking cop to me. I don't know.
I called him a sky cop not 1 hour ago.
You did. That's true. You did call him.
He is a sky cop. I love the argument of Bruce Wayne is the real villain because he should give his money to the poor people, which is correct. But that sounds like a really fucking boring comic book. That comic book sucks shit, dude. I wouldn't read that shit. I don't want to read that. I want to read Batman. I want to pew pew punch punch.
Well, the reason why it would be bad is because it would solve all of the conflict, and there is no such thing as a good story without conflict.
Right. Batman would not have just celebrated his 80th anniversary. He would have had one issue and been done.
Right. You could do a 6 shot where it's by the end he's like, I'm actually donating all my money and resources into, jail funds and, making sure that, poor people actually have money, and I'm going to house the rest of the city off of my wall. Boom, done. 6 shot over. Character doesn't need to come back.
Right. If Batman Begins ends,
fix it up at the end of the big run, you're done.
Yeah. If Batman Begins ends not with him going I don't have to save you. Instead, he's riding the monorail just throwing money out the sides of the windows. Would have been a good flick. IMHO.
I love that. I'd like to think of Batman having a 6 shot where the first book is Batman Begins, and then number 6 is Batman Ends. I think that's a great. I'd read that 10 out of
10. I mean, that's technically exactly what those movies were, though.
Yeah, basically.
You're right.
Those movies are. No, go ahead.
Do it.
My friends literally and I had this conversation this week, so it's wild that we're talking about Batman and his philanthropy, or Right. He's a philanthropist or a philanderer, one of the two.
Well, big philanthropy is its own fucking thing. Blah blah
Well,
blah blah. Blah.
so the argument was that like, why doesn't he just do these things for the city, right? But that's the problem, is he does do them, but he also uses all the he's extremely progressive, so progressive that he's almost like 1984. Let's just watch everybody. But that's essentially what he's done.
No, except for
he has like insurance. He has like insurance support and healthcare support and orphanages and support for the homeless and all of these things that he builds into his city. And then he uses those things and the installation of those things to create an Intel dragnet for Batman. So like, yes, he's a good person and helps his city in giant quotation marks painted in giant black ink. But he uses all those systems to make it easier to beat the shit out of people.
So basically, you're saying that DC has created a universe where even if you do everything properly, the stuff that is caused by inequity still exists for no apparent reason other than for Batman to kick the shit out of it?
Yeah, because Batman's, just a kid who thinks that he's helping, but in reality is just making everything worse.
I don't like Batman being referred to as a kid. I don't know.
That's a grown-ass man.
That's a grown-ass... That's an adult. That man owns a fucking business. That's an adult.
That's a business.
Owning a business does not an adult make. Look at our president. Sorry, move on.
Got him! Fucking... Boom! Got him. I think it is very interesting that as much as we all made fun of it when it came out, The Dark Knight Rises is actually a very interesting portrait of rich people in America where they leave the place in ruins by starting a problem and then they just fuck off to another country when they're done with this one.
Yep.
They start a problem, the poor rise up against them, and they're like, all right, I'm going to move to Europe. See you late. Peace.
All right, done here.
My work here is done, Alfred.
I love that we both dusted our hands at the same time.
100%. So let's segue into our little weekly rankings.
Bumpers.
Yeah, for what are the end tags for these episodes?
I don't remember.
I don't remember at all.
I also don't remember. Well, one is the celebrity pharmacology one is Annie in her apartment over Dildopolis, getting a blue light sale, getting all the sales broadcast to her while she's trying to sleep. So,
I would qualify as world building, but not necessarily. Like it's one of those where it's like, oh, my understanding of the universe has expanded, but it's not one of those that I'm like, I look back fondly and go, damn, that's a really great end tag. Like, it's good, but it's like, it's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would even argue it's more just average than good.
It's fine. I get it. They're doing
that when I say it's good, I'm saying it and this tone is everything I need. It's good.
Oh, your tone is it's all right. It's good.
It's all right. I get the joke. They're acting like they are Walmart doing a sale, but they're Dildopolis doing a sale. Sure. I get it. I get it. I understand it.
Look, hey, it works.
It
Gets
works. So
B,
it's not as good as Koppelgangers.
Nope.
Maybe, alright, so in the network of other plot-based end tags, Why Did He Call Me is our current number 27. Does this become our new number 27? Slightly better than that one?
20. I think it's slightly worse than that one. Because Why Did He Call Me?
I laugh more at Virtual Yearbook than I do at this one.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Because Virtual Yearbook's them going through the yearbook.
I don't know any of these people.
To everybody looking at it as characters we've never seen, and I don't know any of these people.
Damn.
But then there's Pencil Mouth.
Oh, Pencil Mouth. Oh, Sleepy Troy, where Abed's reading him the science books. Not as good as that.
That's good. Trader Audition.
That's where they're auditioning for the cool study group.
Oh.
It's they do the Spanish rap again, and then Starburn says, we'll call you.
Get back to you.
And then right. Pierce.
Which one's YMC Chang? Because it might be right around there for me.
It's when he gets robbed at the YMCA. He just walks out of the shower to his locker, sees he's been robbed, and walks away.
I'm gonna say this one is just below YMC Chang because it gives me that same. It's just below it. Well, actually, maybe
So
just above
bad.
it.
Lower.
I don't know.
Dildopolis at least wrote jokes. You know what I mean? Like, there's at least, like, some gags.
All right, look.
Dildopolis
There's
at
two
least
other boats. I'm just giving you my general vicinity.
I understand. No. It's okay. It's okay. I think no less of you. I would put it above YMC Chang at, like, the new number 32, probably.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Dildopolis.
I'm okay with this.
Done. Dildo police.
And then the other one is Troy Nubbin in the morning.
Good job, Jace. You just ruined it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until it was too late.
Dildo.
Police. Fuck.
Fuck. Shit. God damn it. All right. The next one is Troy Nubbin in the morning with Rich, where they're making kettle corn.
Oh,
It's like a morning show, dude. I love it so much.
It's nice.
This is like the one time that Troy Nubbin in the morning like works. Like it's actually...
Oh, you don't like it?
Yeah, I might take extreme offense to what you just said, but please finish.
No. Sorry, not works as in like is actually landing. As in like it's the one time where it feels like it's actually a morning talk show.
Oh,
like,
okay.
No,
100%.
like it's like they're like we're gonna talk about this turtle, and you're like the fuck, or it's like.
Yeah,
Just
Rich
like-
is super into it, which really helps. Like, he's also
Right,
completely on board.
I would pay to watch a full episode of Troy Nubbin in the morning.
Sure.
I would watch a show that was 10 minutes at every morning. Troy and Hobbit in the
Right.
morning.
I would watch
that. That'd be a great way to start the day.
There was this, I think it was a Funny or Die original called The Early Show or something like that, and it had Ben Schwartz, who was John Ralphio, and Lauren Lapkus, and it was just like
it was good.
5 episodes as like Ben Schwartz goes through a divorce and like melts down day by day.
Proposes to his girlfriend, and she says no.
Right.
And then it's this whole...
Right, obviously not as like, I don't want anything bad to happen to Troy or Abed, but I would watch something like that with them. But as far as these rankings, it's better than In the Morning with Starburns, right? Alright, so now we're creeping.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it better than Oh Christmas Troy, though? Oh, see, it's interesting that Oh Christmas Troy is now at 13, because that, to me, is like the beginning of the, like, iconic level.
Sure. Anything above Oh Christmas Troy is
like
next level.
Like,
and we do already have another Troy and Abed in the morning at number 2. So like if we're worried about the maintaining its space, we're okay.
Also number 11 is Troy and Abed in stop motion. Like we've got
Yeah. That's not in the morning, but I do know what you're saying.
It's the same tune. So I give it.
Yeah, this is not as
the meme, it's not the format.
It's not as good as Pierce Poop Rap.
Poo-poo in my heart.
Poo-poo in his pants and poo-poo in my heart. Is
it as good as Oh Christmas Troy?
No, probably not.
I would put it above In the Morning with Starburns.
Yeah.
For the wholesome factor, but Oh Christmas Troy is also wholesome and just heartwarmingly fabulous. The thing here,
and I like that Oh
good,
Christmas
but
Troy
it's
is singular. Status. Oh Christmas Troy, there's just the one, and it sticks in your mind forever, and you love it.
Right, exactly.
We get
and as far as Troy and Abed in the morning, Rich doesn't do much to like make it more iconic. It's just a really good incident, you know? Like it's a really great one of those. I'd put it at the new 14, but that's my vote.
I would probably agree. Caleb. Daddy?
Yeah, I don't have an argument against that choice.
Long pause. Did you put? Was there something you were thinking? Did you have it somewhere else?
No, I was thinking of this No Smells Like Special drink because earlier this week I did spill some scotch on something, and when I put it on later, I went, "This smells like special drink," and I was trying to remember what shirt it was because it was also ironic.
Yeah.
I don't remember which shirt it was.
Was it one of your baby's shirts?
No, it was one of my shirts.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Remember, you can get your special drink mug at Zazzle.com/store/TV's Kevin. Nice. Seamless.
Good
no
plug.
one saw a thing.
Fuck yeah. Great
one.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
So we
We're
are
talking about Ben Schwartz.
we are sliding in here to the episode rankings. We begin with Asian population studies. I'm looking somewhere. Are not between like number 11 is accounting for lawyers. Number 13 is football, feminism, and you. Something right there. Maybe like the next one down above messianic myths.
Maybe below that. Maybe just below that. Yeah.
That's basically what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Right. This is like we're still at like season 2 status of being fucking amazing, right. But also as far as in comparison to the god tier level episodes we've just done, it's not quite there, but it's still an incredible episode. So yeah, I could
absolutely
like down with that.
Like nothing in this is as good as Troy's politically conservative fight raps. It just isn't. Like there's just nothing in this episode that is that good.
Sing along. Your team's Al Gore because your views are wrong.
Incredible. Will always be
so
funny.
Good.
Will always.
It will always be funny. I sing it randomly, actually.
100%.
Yes. I'll do it while playing Call of Duty with friends who do not watch this show.
Team's Al Gore because your views are wrong.
I'll do it to my partner, and they'll be like, "What are you?" Oh,
right.
Yes.
This dumb. Yeah. That is the experience.
Oh,
of...
yeah, you're a
like,
fucking
why
nerd.
Are you singing about Al Gore? And then they go, "Oh, it's Community, right?" And I go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the number of times that my wife has been like, "What? Oh yeah, you're a fucking nerd." Like just
also, Jace, and I'm
uncountable.
Jace, I might cut this out, but it is also exceptionally funny that you would sing to your partner about Al Gore. Caleb, I'll explain later.
Just the fact that you both reacted the way you did.
You will too when we tell you why.
Okay, I'm excited.
But anyway, ranking this episode, about maybe above Messianic Myths, new number 14.
Sure, I don't. Why not?
All right, I said okay. Caleb's giving me some pushback.
Ooh, pushback.
Which one's first? Asian studies?
Asian population studies. I could see it being anywhere here in this top 20, but like I have no strong feelings about specifically where.
See, Messianic Myths is interesting to me because I'm kind of fair weather on that episode. Sometimes it really fucking hits, and sometimes I skip it. But like, it deserves to be where it is. But because of that, my brain feels like it should be below Debate 109.
About football, feminism, and you.
Yes, but football, feminism, and you has a lot going for it.
Football, feminism, and you has. You're supposed to be a football player. It's in your soul. You.
Oh fuck!
But it's racist. It's soul. That's racist. It's in your eyes. That's gay. That's homophobic. That's black. That's racist.
Yeah.
Damn.
Could you this? Nothing in this episode is as good as
this episode comes close to that. Yeah. So
I would put it maybe just below it because this episode gets close. The thing is that rapport in that episode is like one of the best quippy back and forths in the whole
show
entirety of Community. Yeah. But this episode, while it manages to be just like really consistent throughout it, what it excels at is getting close to that kind of rapport throughout the whole episode. So I would put it just below that. Yeah.
Sure. That is justifiable. It passes.
Passes muster.
Pass the test.
Yeah.
Hurry up and rank this other one. I have to pee.
I'm sorry. You can go pee now.
Cat's a good editor. You can pee real quick.
You can pee. I can.
That's true.
A thing I'm uniquely good at is taking an expansive blank space and getting rid of it in an audio timeline.
I will be right back.
Yeah. Well, Caleb, we can start kicking around celebrity pharmacology if you'd like. Or we can badmouth Jace behind their back.
Not the second one. I'm bad at that.
Celebrity pharmacology. This is not... There are parts of this episode I really like, but it just never has taken itself up to another plane for me. So, like...
It's also like one of those episodes that, as I mentioned before, I can skip some episodes.
For sure.
This episode ends up being that sometimes because, like, it is such a deeply personal betrayal of Shirley's trust.
Yeah.
Not even the betrayal of trust, but, like, there's better ways for what happens in this episode to be told to somebody. Mm-hmm. And so every time it happens, I'm always like, ugh.
Damn.
It makes me feel really gross.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't mean to say that to take away from the episode, because it is still an interesting episode. Do you know what I mean, though? You feel me? You get what I'm trying to...
100%. I do get you. Like, let's talk about the Shirley pregnancy storyline, something we've largely skipped around. Like, it serves... we don't spend a ton of time on it. It's really just, like, 4 episodes throughout this season that get, like, a moderate amount of focus on Shirley, her pregnancy, or Andre. And so we don't, like, spend an overlong time amount. I just don't think it does Shirley any favors. It just never ends up helping that character in a major way.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
All right, Jace is back. Enough of this
Yes,
business.
who's back?
Back, Augie. All right, celebrity pharmacology. Like, I'm looking down here at, like, romantic expressionism, which is they watch Kick Puncher. That's when they try to convince Troy that he likes Annie. And I just don't think it's as good as that one.
This one's complicated for me.
The second half of this episode's so fucking good.
Really
so
good.
It exists. It's weird because this episode. And stick with me on this. This episode almost feels like it's from a different show than the rest of the show.
Kinda, yeah.
In the way that it's not in the character. The characters are spot on the show. These characters are actually probably some of the most articulate characterizations of these characters in a lot of the show. Mm-hmm. Happen in this episode, but structurally it's so different than the rest of them. And I don't mean that in like they're doing some fun stuff with structure like they do with Ass Crack Bandit or with like Chicken Strips, whatever. Yeah. But like this feels like the tone is the tone's different. No, but you know what I mean. It's not like the Mafia episode.
For sure.
Yeah, I know exactly.
So like this episode always resonates with me, but it's never the first one to come to mind when I'm thinking of Community because it's an outlier. Mm-hmm. It's so insulary.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Kev, remind me, did I just go on a rant about why I sometimes skip this episode as if it was Asian population studies?
I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, you started talking about this episode as if it was the other episode.
The other episode.
Because I was like, Shirley doesn't do anything in this episode, but okay.
I was talking, yeah, my brain's dumb.
No, you're all right.
My brain's
I guess
that's okay.
Shirley does, like, accept Chang. I guess that is, like, she has some nominal arc.
With Chang being like, I'll be sure to tell him you said that.
Weird bit. Such a
and then she stares into her eyes.
Such a weird bit. Chang really, like, kind of saves this episode for me. Saves it from being, like, one I outright don't like.
Yeah. It's one of the weirdest, because it's like a heel turn, but not a heel turn, right? Like,
it's a
Chang
face
shows
turn.
up,
yeah.
And it's like, I'll do it. And you're like, what?
Did someone say crazy person?
I realized
when he steps out and he's like, did you think I was going to stay the same forever? I was like, that's a really about drugs. Like, holy shit.
But here's, like we were saying earlier, this is a pivot episode for Pierce. I think it's also fundamentally a pivot episode for Chang, because we start to see. What's the quote from the beginning? I now see.
I see your value now.
I see your value now. And as an audience, we're going, oh, we see the value of Chang somehow. I couldn't quantify it in words. But like,
nor could I tell you 3 hours before watching this episode how it was going to happen.
Right.
But it happened.
Yeah.
But in the end of this episode, you've gone from thinking of Pierce as the good guy and Chang as the bad guy, and now you're thinking of Chang as a good guy and Pierce as the bad guy.
Sure. Yeah, I feel that. And that's why for me, it doesn't go down here with like basic genealogy or some episode that I outright dislike, but looking in the network of aerodynamics of gender, psychology of letting go, other episodes from this season that are quite interesting, but just don't stick the landing, which is fine. They have so many brilliant episodes this season. The next episode that we're about to watch is like, I'm going to fight for it being our new number 2. So, like, it just kind of lives in this lower trajectory for me. It has good points. It has failings as well.
All right, I have questions for the team.
Yeah.
English as a second language. Highlights.
Chang's guitar smashing Jeff's Honda.
The reappearance of the Koppelgangers.
Reappearance of Koppelgangers. Annie's Disney eyes. They'll always flutter, but they'll never actually close.
It's so good.
And then
it's like, and then Abed's like, it's okay, kind of, and Jeff's like, she's the Ark of the Covenant, and he's like,
Oh.
woo.
Good bit.
Very good.
And romantic expressionism. What are the highlights of that one? I know that one's they're watching Kick Puncher.
And then the A story is because of Vaughn, Jeff and Britta try to convince Troy that he likes Annie. I have the weirdest boner. You might remember that.
I had
We're
the
just-
weirdest boner.
We're just talking about this.
Ha-cha-cha.
Yeah, I would. I think this one, maybe this one is above aerodynamics of gender for me, but below romantic expressionism.
That's probably where I'd put it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Par excellence episode.
What's aerodynamics of gender? Which episode is that?
That's the
Trampoline.
oil spill one?
Yeah, no, Psychology of Letting Go is oil spill. Aerodynamics of Gender is the Hillary Duff episode and the secret trampoline episode.
Oh,
Oh,
I love that one.
actually, can I switch?
Ooh, unprecedented.
I think Celebrity Pharmacology might be just below Trampoline.
I could definitely agree to that.
That's a tight one, actually. My brain is currently flip-flopping between. I think I'm gonna put Aerodynamics of Gender first, just because that one's got some pretty iconic shit going down.
The reveal of Joshua is racist. Yeah, exactly.
Either Kev knew exactly what I was going to do, or I knew exactly where Kev was going to go.
100%. And there's just, I like the Chang pull at the end of this episode. It's not as good as the, oh my god, Joshua was racist. Came out of nowhere.
Let's go get ice cream. My white guilt is doing somersaults.
Yeah. All right. Bingo. Celebrity Farm, our new number 23. 23.
Final answer.
Fine.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. Excellent. Love a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire reference.
Thank you.
Slumdog. So we now segue into a little section at the end of the show that we like to call plugs. I've already done it a couple times, so I'll just start. New Zazzle store for community merch, zazzle.com/store/TVs Kevin, and you can find all of my dumb community related mugs and watches and shit that I'm gonna put out. You will have to remove the content filters to see the Pierce's sperm mug, but I encourage you to do so. Mr. Winger, I give you this glass of fine scotch, so you are not tempted to drink this cylinder of even finer sperm. I'm just laughing about that episode, which I will fight for like top 5 all-time episodes of Community. But anyway, that is a long way from now. Besides that, follow the show on the twits at Greendale3 and follow me at TV's Kevin Lanigan. And stay tuned. I got a thing that I'm working on that will be, we'll have some details on relatively soon. So just stay tuned to those spheres because I'm working on some stuff. But on to you, folks.
Oh, is this coming to me?
Are you coming to me?
If anyone understood the Vine reference I just made, you're my new best friend.
Yeets.
Okay, so yes, I remember how to do it. So
lost.
Road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does.
I sure hope it does.
Kevin, I'm gonna send you the link to this.
Okay, cool.
I'll send it in the which Vine this is.
Sure, thank you.
This kid with a fucking bong, and someone hands it to him, and he goes, "Oh, is this coming to me?" And he goes, "Yes, I remember how to do it." And then he blows into it, and the water goes everywhere. It's hysterical.
Okay,
That's
I
fine.
dig
It's
it.
so good. It's a great
That's
one.
fine.
Anyway, so this time I'm gonna do So I'm gonna give a shout out to another podcast actually that I think should
How
get some
dare
love. It's nowhere near even remotely similar to what we're doing, so don't you worry.
That's fine. It's not
called-
competition. No competition.
It's not a competition. It's called Is It Transphobic? And it's hosted by the lovely Ashley Lauren Rogers. I got to work with her when one of the first shows I did in New York, actually. I believe she uses she and they pronouns unless something has shifted, which is possible. But she was the fight choreographer, and she's got this great background in like wrestling, and she's super cool. She has a podcast called Is It Transphobic, where with a guest. Basically, they go over queer discourse, over representation in pop culture or otherwise, and it's a great time. Love Ashley. But then also, as I mentioned earlier, I am a performer. I am a musical theater performer by trade most of the time, although being non-binary is an interesting intersection with that world, especially post-COVID. I digress. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Jason Ziv. That's JACENZIEV. And my most recent post is actually me singing a little clip for Playbill. Recently did a search kind of thing. And it's since closed, and I don't know if they're actually paying attention to views on it, but if you want to hear me sing some pop punk, that's where you can find it. So yeah, that's my plug.
Nice.
Yes. I don't have a shit to plug, honestly, legitimately. Still making content based on games. Still trying to make even cooler shit there. My grandma and I are doing our podcast again about games. Like, you know how to find me. You know where to find me. And keep supporting Beirut. Because, they hurting. We're lucky that less people than I thought were going to have lost their lives in that incident actually lost their lives, but we are still extremely it's still extremely unfortunate how many people were. Sometimes a year just has a lot of boxes it wants to cross off, and sometimes those boxes are good boxes. This year is not one of those years.
Nope. No, it's not.
We will be back next week with, I don't want to announce anything just yet because we haven't put voices to audio track, but one way or another it'll be something special coming to you next week on the feed. And we are still cruising through season 2. We'll be done before you know it, really.
We're trucking along.
3, 4, 6 more episodes to record about Community season 2. And it's bangers all the way down, basically. But until then, pop pop.
Pop pop.
Toots and Magootsin.
Dabba dabba. Dabba dabba. Dabba dabba. Dabba dabba. Dabba dabba. Dabba dabba. I feel sad singing this knowing that Biden picked a cop as his VP. I don't know if that's related. It's affecting the way that
This is the most fucking impotent I've been at the end of one of these. Like, the song breaks. Unbelievable.
I was drinking.
Unbelievable.
I'm so sorry, Caleb.
All cops are bastards. Annie Edison is a cop. Officer Kukowski is a cop. All cops are
Annie
bastards.
Edison is a fed.
Remember?
Annie Edison is not a cop. Annie Edison is a fed.
Which is better.
Yo, that's
It's not better. I think.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a different kind of evil.
You're right.
One's like demon, the other's like Lucifer.
If we did not lose every Jeff Annie shipper already, our insistence on calling Annie Edison a cop will surely lose the rest of them.
Although I do get it,
because I do love Annie.
I
I'm
love
just
Annie.
so disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
This has been a Talkback Podcast.
That was quite a show.